What is up, guys? Kevin Cage here with another XRP update. You know the deal, like and sub if you want daily crypto news, and let's dive right into this one. We're going to be kicking it off talking about Volante, one of the biggest tech providers in the world, and no surprise, they are in fact a Ripple partner. So, I know some of this is older, but I want to tie it into what we know today, specifically with a few new partners on Ripple. So first things first, going to Volante's website, you can go to volantetech.com. You can scroll down, do whatever you'd like, but right here's the point I want to get across, and I just tweeted and highlighted my points right here. Over 100 banks, financial institutions, market infrastructures, clearinghouses, corporate treasuries in 35 countries. Notice this, millions of transactions and trillions with a T in value every day, powering 4 of the top 5 corporate banks, 40% of all US commercial bank deposits, and 70% of worldwide card traffic. And no surprise, I have both of these linked and just tweeted this for anybody that's brand new. Of course, you can go right here as well. Let me click that bad boy. Let's see. Right here, so you can click this Volante document if you'd like to take a look at it. This is an older document, by the way, just talking about Volpay and the Ripple processor module. Of course, utilizing RippleNet, no surprise, kind of referencing some of the old terminology and verbiage that Ripple used to use back in the day, but they are still a current partner, believe it or not. So, very interesting, wanted to point that out, and of course, in kind of even considering that, this is massive, trillions of dollars every day with one single partner. Now we can consider CLS, which already does a huge percentage of the 5 trillion a day of the SWIFT network. We have CGI, again, was right there and kind of architected this whole SWIFT network back in the day. Finastra connected to, the top 48 of the top 50 banks in the world. ACI Worldwide, probably maybe one of the biggest. They send $14 trillion per day. And then Earthport, we're actually going to go over them a bit. They are an early RippleNet partner. Chris Larson, executive chairman of Ripple, has referenced them time and time again, specifically even in 2015. And it's because this is part of the plan, in my opinion, because of Earthport being that hub and spoke model. So I'll actually show you a picture of it and why I think that Earthport is the perfect Ripple partner, okay? So, really quick, Matthew Liny, I encourage you guys to follow this gentleman if you are an XRP holder or you just really want to pay attention to the research that he's doing. So we can see Volante, 100 plus payment types, clearing formats, seems like the perfect ideal partner. Ripple, Earthport, Visa B2B Connect, all these different things, including DLT blockchain networks. Now, this is pretty old, I believe, and I just wanted to point this out. So this is from April 2020. Now he's mentioning Temenos. And don't even get me started on Temenos. They are legitimately one of the biggest banking softwares in the world. Let me see if I have the website pulled up. I feel like I should. Yeah, right here. So we have Temenos, Temenos.com. You can literally see what the world's #1 banking software. They are a very, very big player and essentially integrated all throughout the Euro system. It makes me think of Task Group, TAS, with Ripple's, of course, integrations as well. So I wanted to point that out. And now, so just talking about, key benchmarks, all of this, you don't really need to know this, lowering the total cost of ownership, et cetera, et cetera. And now we have Earthport, and this is a Ripple partner. We can see this model, and this is why I reference hub and spoke model all the time, guys. And I mean multiple types of currencies. You can see their investors. BlackRock, one of the biggest custodians in the world, and we've heard what Larry Fink has said. I've uploaded videos of Larry Fink discussing and literally explaining XRP's role without saying XRP. He said whether it's a Libra or any other type of currency, he did not say XRP. Literally, CEO of the largest custodian in the world, $7 trillion plus in assets. So I think it's so funny. Now, global, this massive network, guys, you can see that they really are an ideal partner regarding the ACH network. And it also makes you realize, okay, Ripple joined the Nacha Alliance, essentially the entire backbone of the ACH network in the United States as well. So domestic, international, both ends are covered. They can see integrating their clients. We can see serving 6 of the top 10 global banks. We can see, MTOs, these are money transfer operators, and then key e-commerce companies. No surprise. We got, PayPal, TransferWise, Payoneer, MoneyGram, RIA, which is massive, Santander, BOA. These guys are all, essentially Santander is an early investor in Ripple. Bank of America was one of the first groups that joined the Global Payment Steering Group, which is RippleNet. And then HSBC is one of the biggest banks. Early Ripple partner, same thing. And Chris Larson has some ties to them. I forget if what is he? You'll have to look it up with HSBC, but go ahead and check. Chris Larson, executive chairman of Ripple, is on the board. in something at HSBC. I'll have to check that out. And then Standard Chartered, early RippleNet partner. Oh, and look, DBS Bank. Remember, they're doing that crypto trading platform in Singapore, and the CEO was speaking at Ripple's annual event back in 2019. The things that we remember in this space. All right. I know we're all mad scientists out here, and I'm playing the long game in the space, guys. I'm very, very excited. So, new banking payment hubs being set up with XRP. Now, this is speculation. They did not say XRP, but obviously this would be ideal even if we could get a fraction of this volume. We're talking trillions and trillions per day, and it really wouldn't take that much to, truly actually move the price with the current liquidity that we have. Notice, multi-currency settlement, foreign exchange process, or no foreign exchange. So you have all these currencies you have right here, just in the center. So ACH and whatever else in between. So just wanted to point that out. Absolutely love that. Also, Wells Fargo is now announcing that they're going to be offering crypto products to wealthy clients. So after JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, and BNY Mellon, RippleNet, remember, Tim Keeney also. Retired vice chairman, he's running essentially PolySign. He's on the board right with them, with David Schwartz and Arthur Brito. And of course, after this massive 50% crash, everybody thought crypto was going to zero yet again. And this is just how the game is played, whether it's 40%, 50%. Some of us have endured, I don't know why I'm saying that so weird, literally 90% drops, at least, measuring wick to wick. So if you guys made it this far, props. So Wells Fargo is now ready to dip its toes into crypto. How convenient. And by the way, guys, I was going through some of the wallets. I went through a handful of assets, and I know I did tweet this. I was going through them and looking at the biggest wallets because I usually keep track and watch. And, there's different metrics you can look at. They were accumulating during the dip. So all these noobs that trade leverage or maybe just, didn't have proper risk to reward, they got stopped out. They got liquidated with margin trading, and all the big institutions crashed the market. Maybe there was collusion involved. I do not want to over speculate and say that, but nonetheless, it makes you think. And of course, all the biggest wallets improved their holdings, meaning they bought the dip. Well, everybody and retailers like you and I, some of us sold it. And that's just how the game is played. Not to sound conspiratorial, but same thing happens in Wall Street. Okay. Also, you guys remember when Ripple partnered with Egypt's largest bank? Oh wait, that was just yesterday. Now add that to the list. And I know we always had that joke about XRP to be used, and I was just kind of joking, to be sued first. And National Bank of Egypt and Lulu International Exchange are connecting through RippleNet. So I'm just going to be super brief with this. I know everybody's gone over this, but I do want to touch on this because it is very telling for what's ahead. During this lawsuit, they have not stopped adding partners. Even in 2020, we're talking what? 10x year-over-year growth, very, very impressive numbers. The US is just one country. They can either provide clarity or miss the boat. So, Egypt's largest bank, guys, this is one of the largest banks in all of Northern Africa, joins Ripple, the network for cross-border payments. No surprise, we can see in the top 5 nations globally in terms of remittance flows from, expat communities. And what I like is right here, so North African country receiving about $24 billion in terms of a remittance market alone in the year 2020. That's definitely some ample opportunity, a perfect place to really get going. And I'd be interested to see, these actual corridors between the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, and the National Bank of Egypt. So very, very exciting. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to read on this point. I'm sure you guys already read this article, so I want to respect your time. Largest bank, NB, is connected with the UAE-based financial service provider Lulu, Lulu Financial Group. We've gone over them many times to process cross-border payments from the UAE. So obviously, with Flash FX, with all the growing ODL corridors, this is simply a matter of time. So notice, right here, we are very excited to announce our new partnership with Ripple and Lulu, which we believe will contribute to a further acceleration of the Egypt-UAE remittance corridors. Meaning, between these currencies, XRP in the future will be the bridge. All right, to provide liquidity. If you guys have heard even the old interviews, even last year, right here, Mr. Navin Gupta, Managing Director of South Asia and MENA of Ripple, he's discussed some of the remittance fees. I mean, we're talking 7%, 9% in fees. So if you're sending $100 to a loved one, a remittance payment, or $10,000, can you imagine a 7% fee? And then let's take it back to Volante and some of these power players that we've discussed that are sending trillions of dollars a day. This is not sustainable. The world of transaction banking is essentially monopolized by JP Morgan, HSBC, which is kind of a Ripple partner, and Citi. So those three are really monopolizing this whole network between all these countries for the past 40, 50 years, and it has to be updated, and I know they're not going down without a fight, but you cannot beat innovation. And shared by Martin Volk, thank you, sir, for the tags. We got a Rotterdam court has ruled that Dutch cryptocurrency exchanges are no longer required to verify wallet addresses. I was reading the article, thought this was worth a mention, and I guess because it was related to privacy overreach, which I found pretty interesting. I would love for the United States to do something like this, but I'm a little cynical. Right here, a Rotterdam court has ruled that Dutch cryptocurrency exchanges are no longer required to verify wallet addresses, and we can see DNB made it mandatory for exchanges to verify whether their users are the legitimate controllers of their wallets in 2019, so kind of KYC compliance, know your customer compliance, AML, etc., which was viewed as privacy overreach. It is agreed to drop the rule following the court decision. Wow, that is very, very cool. Just wanted to point that out. What else we got? Right here, guys, RippleNet client, dLocal. I say dLocal because they are actually based out of Montevideo in Uruguay. And very, very cool, guys. dLocal is a massive partner, direct ties to some of the biggest on-ramps into China and also South America, and in my opinion, will be a key component to the ODL strategy throughout Latin America. Of course, if you've been paying attention to Brazil and everything that's happening, highly recommend watching them. And now they are filing for an IPO. So big things ahead. They're going to raise even more money and ideally have more power to press. So I thought that was absolutely worth a mention. As you can see here, the Montevideo, Uruguay-based company is working with banks, including JP Morgan Chase, on a listing that could occur as soon as this year. Very, very interesting. And actually, let me just pull up that document. So we have dLocal, guys. This is a well-known RippleNet partner for quite some time. I encourage you to, this was just a basic Google search, dLocal, WeChat, Alipay, UnionPay, announced it on its platform. So integrations right there. We're talking trillions of dollars. The three online payment providers cover 70% of the Chinese market. And FYI, have you heard of MasterCard and Visa? Well, UnionPay is much, much bigger. And speaking of card and, card acceptance, remember what we read right here? On Volante, Ripple partner, 70% of worldwide card traffic. So, wow, I don't know, I don't care which way you cut it. RippleNet is integrated with a lot of powerful players. And I understand, yes, they're not all using XRP in bulk today. That is because we are in court, so we are waiting. We are called lucky when XRP was 15 cents. We're going to be called lucky when XRP blasts past all-time high. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Links are in the video description, and I will catch you in the next video.